Do you know that 80% of the most important, the most paramount moments that take place by the age of 35? 8 of 10 decisions, and wow, we moments that make our life what it is will have happened by 35. Recently, read a book of clinical psychologist Meg Jay called The Defining Decade, and I want to share some lessons from that book. The generation, so-called the generation of 20-somethings, is a distinct stage with its own behavior, with its own biological profile, with its own challenges. And among all the characteristics of youth, there's characteristics like feeling of absolute freedom, like living in a world of pure possibilities. But in reality, youth is a moment when any outcomes, any results, any ramifications are possible. One of Meg's patients, Helen, 27 years old girl, an ambitious girl who dreamed about being a doctor, and nevertheless is one of those people who thought that youth at a time when we have to have fun, we have to just enjoy our life, and before the real life begins. This girl, after school at the age of 20, she started working as a waitress, she started working as a housekeeper, she changed her working places very often, and at the age of 27, she noticed that her peers that were graduating their high schools and getting married, these peers are sitting at the cafes where she had been working, and they just look very successful, and they just been very happy about their life. And this is at that right moment that which Helen just noticed that she didn't have anything to put on her resume, or CV. This something is called identity capital. Identity capital is something that puts value on who we are. It's all those skills we gain at our works, it's all those skills that we gain at the internships. So Helen's problem was that she lost 7 years of her life doing things that didn't contribute to her dream, to the realization of her dreams. So don't you think that now is the right time to gain an identity capital? Time for that cross-country jobs, for the internships, for the startups that we want to try. You know, Mag is also considered about family issues. Turned out that romantic relationships should be taken seriously. And nowadays, young people don't care about, young people don't rush to marry because of the general acceptance of premarital sex and cohabitation or civil marriage. And so, my point is that we should accept the age of 20s as a time when we should be learning how to have a healthy relationships. I mean, that means dating people who have the attributes of a long-term partner and not putting love just because we don't have time or we will have other chances lately because we might not have that chances lately, okay? It's like playing a game when the music is playing and in the center there are several chairs and you're like walking around these chairs, and at the age of 30s the music stops playing and everyone rush to take their own chairs. And yes, it's so complicated. And my point is, let's not choose a chair just because it's the closest one to us. Or let's not choose a chair just because the music stopped playing. Let's consider the family issues while the music is on. But it does mean that we should start our family in 20s, but that means that we should be as intentional with love as we are with work. And picking a family is not about, it's about consciously choosing who and what you want, rather than just killing time with whoever happens to be choosing you. Not many people care about fertility, by the way. Fertility, ones don't know, others don't care, but Wikipedia says that fertility is the capability of a person to produce a child. As a measure, fertility rate is like a number of children born per individual. For those of you who know what it is and who say that we have all the time in the world to start a family, to born a child, I will have to disappoint you, because the plain fact is putting off childbearing until the late 30s is like playing Russian roulette, this infinity game. So fertility starts dropping significantly by 35 and dramatically by 40. And it's not just a woman's issue either. I mean, old sperm is associated with problems, and it certainly, yes, it certainly impacts men when their spouses cannot get pregnant. This is that time of it. Okay. Couples who wait until their late 30s to start families will require medical assistance to conceive or to maintain a pregnancy. And in conclusion, as a 20-something to my fellow 20-somethings, I want to say that millennial crisis is not being reached, but realizing that we may not have that career we now want. It's realizing that we may not have that child we now want. So claim your adulthood, get some identity capital, and pick your family.